Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. It's December 27th, 2021, and this is officially our second week of classes for English 102, Writing Rhetorically with Sources. And we're going to get into your official and formal research project, and we're going to start that today. Just a little thing to say, not everybody has sent me or in some other way been in contact with me about your introduction and image. Some people sent me a introduction but no image, and some people I haven't heard from at all. So you want to get started on that, or I'm just going to assume that you are not a part of the class. So just to say that. Anyway, so all I want to do is very quickly today talk about the research project. I imagine some of you will start to have questions about this and that some of you will start to sign up for office hours. And again, I made those office hours when I thought most students would be in China. I understand that's not the case. So if that time doesn't work for you, I can change my office hours. Right now, I'm actually out of town. I'm in Ohio with my sister and her family. I'll be returning to Massachusetts on Tuesday, or not Tuesday, that would be tomorrow, on the 29th. So after that, it will be easier for me to do office hours at any point. Right now, probably it would be difficult for me because I want to spend as much time with my nephews and my sister as I possibly can. So I hope you'll understand. What you're looking at right now is the English 102 Writing Rhetorically with Sources overview of research project. You can reach that a number of ways. If you're at the drop-down menu, you can scroll all the way down to the bottom and you can click on that and this page will show up. I don't think I've done this quite yet, but I'll update any dead links on our website to take you to this page in the syllabus and on the policies page. So you'll be able to access it through embedded links and or through that drop-down menu. I don't really know if I need to read this entire page to you. That's why I wrote it out, except that I will say this. I think a lot of people have a really screwed up idea about what research looks like. And I think college doesn't help people to understand the research process any differently. I think most of the times when we think about research, it's either learning how to cite things so nobody accuses you of plagiarism, or it's about learning how to use a library database or learning how to use like Google Scholar. Um, but real research doesn't work that way. Now, of course, it's hard in a classroom to have a real research experience, but I think we have to make the effort. Because that's how you learn. That's how you learn the real work of doing research, which in many ways you actually do in your real life. If you want to know like the best pair of headphones to buy, you do research. And you do research by looking stuff up on the internet, but you also do research by asking people you trust. And in a very similar way, that's how you do research for a project. In the real world, when someone is a researcher or they're doing research, it's because they have passion for the topic. Somebody said, and I always screw up who said it, but somebody said that all research is autobiographical. And what that means is all research, real research, comes from a place, a personal place. Like you really believe in an idea and you want to find something out about it. You have a real question and you want to find the answer to it. And the folks that you work with in college, your professors, that's how they treat scholarship. That is hard to get students to do in a classroom, and I make no illusion that all of you are sort of born researchers who want to do this, or that the topic I've picked is what you're interested in. But I will say this, within the topic that I've sort of narrowed as to, what is the value of a college education or a university education in the 21st century? Um, what what question could you ask that you care enough about to spend the next couple of weeks looking at that you really want to know the answer to? That should be the place that you start this. And you should recognize that research is a phrase that I use on this page, iterative. So it's a process. You'll ask a question, you'll get some information, you'll change your question a little bit, you'll change your answer probably a lot. You'll go back and you'll do more research and you'll come back to it. And the other point that I want to make is that research isn't just all databases. There's all kinds of ways to get information, and we'll explore some of them. The easiest one is interview. So I'll ask you to talk to people who have various ideas about um, personal opinions about your topic, and you'll get that information, and we'll talk about how you can include that in the final project. And then finally, the final project will be due obviously in the last week, and it will require you to do a presentation, a recorded presentation that you'll post to this website. At the bottom of the page, I've given down the breakdown for how each part of the assignment works. So this first one that's due this week, positioning yourself as a researcher, formulating your question, which is really pretty short. Next week, we'll start it this week, but it's due next week. Locating sources part 1, which is traditional book resources, and then locating and evaluating sources part 2, which is the interview stuff. And then you'll put together all of your material. So keep everything. I mean, you're doing it on a website, so that shouldn't be hard, but keep everything, because you'll put together a research notebook, a research presentation, and a final research report, which hopefully, if you keep up with the work all week long, which will not take much time for you. So that's the overview page and sort of an introduction to what I hope you will learn about research. And then if you scroll down each week, maybe even this week, each of the assignments of the 4 different parts will show up here. So this week we are working on positioning yourself as a researcher, formulating a research question. A lot of what I just said appears here. I'm not going to read it to you. You can read it on your own. I've also quoted extensively from the policies page, so you can take a look at what I've picked for our topic, this getting a university education in the 21st century. Some of the questions I've thrown out there, they might be questions you're interested in asking. And then here are the details. What you'll most want to know is that I'm asking this to be turned in tomorrow by midnight, so 28 December 2021. I know we're still in a holiday week and that people are probably not super interested in working. I will be lenient about deadlines for these first 2 weeks, as I've been saying, but then after that I'll be a little tougher. It's only 750 words, which is not very long, and you will email this to me. And I'm asking you to answer 6 questions. I've listed those questions here, so I'm not going to repeat them because this video is already 8 minutes long. But I did want to call your attention to the grading. This is a project where you either earn an A or you don't. I'm asking you to answer all 6 of the questions to your best ability that I've listed above. To keep your answers to 750 words. I'm not looking for 1,000,000 words, especially because for this first assignment, not everything you write is going to show up in your final draft, but it's important thinking work that you have to do so that this project turns out. Complete all the discussion board posts connected to this assignment. So those are mostly the posts from today and a little bit tomorrow. And then turn your draft into me through email by the deadline. And like I said, that's tomorrow. So if you don't meet the requirements for the A grade, which you will probably figure out is just to do it, you'll earn a C grade if you answer less than 6 questions or you do not complete the discussion board posts, or if you turn in the material late, and by late I mean after this week. And you'll earn an F grade if you answer less than 3 questions or don't complete the discussion board posts to this assignment. So that's my brief overview. Mostly I just wanted to get my face in front of you and talk you through the assignment. Certainly think about signing up for a meeting with me if you have more questions about this. And I look forward to seeing what you have to say. One last thing, the discussion board post for last week and this week is live. Here is post 3, positioning yourself as a researcher, formulating your questions. I include links to everything, and then I ask you to formulate your question and then also to answer these 3 other questions. And what you'll find is that if you answer these questions, you'll have the majority of your project done. I am asking you to respond to your classmates, so think about, read what they have to say, and then help them refine their questions, ask them questions designed to deepen their thinking about their own project. So help each other out. I will respond to each of you individually via email. And as we see here, keep those discussion board posts coming. Hope you guys are enjoying the last days of 2021. I hope you're staying safe, and I'll talk to you soon again. Take care. Bye.